the wounds. Mr. Perry has complained that his left hand has developed numbness and chest pains. Mr. Perry is an illegal miner who was allegedly shot by police in the company of mine manager, only identified as Patel, on the 2nd of June 2022 while mining in his neighbor's farm. However, despite the medical report confirming that indeed he was shot at, Ozone Mine Management has insisted that nothing of that sort took place according to their knowledge. Meanwhile, miner representative who spoke to MUVI TV News says declined to give much details of what transpired, working on police instructions not to entertain the media. Livingstone's Simatobolowa Development Committee chairperson Moses Mainza has expressed hope that the new market being built in the ward will be completed under the Community Development Fund. Speaking in an interview, Mr. Mainza says the market will be beneficial to businessmen and women of the ward. Mr. Mainza says a total cost of 245,000 kwacha was budgeted for in the previous CDF to build the market, and another request for funds to complete the structure has been submitted for this year.
And this is our new market. As you can see, the shelter is almost completed. It is roofed, and also there is a syllab. We are waiting for funding, the CDF funding, so that we put concrete tables in it. And then thereafter, also the toilets there, and this shelter will be surrounded with shops. Yes. This market, it will be very much beneficial. Here in Simatobolowa ward, we have old people who can't go far away, like Malamba or the other side of Ribuyu. And a lot of businessmen and women here in Simatobolowa, they are very happy that they are going to do business just within their ward. And also we have the farmers who bring vegetables. They will be selling just here in this same market. Total cost, because this market was funded in the past development fund, which was about 245 in 2021. And us as the new WDC and the new area councillor, is just a continuity to finish it up. But at least we have moved. As you can see, now there is a shelter and also the syllab. So we are almost done.
And Parker School in Mansa district of Luapula province has introduced what is called information communication technically lessons at the two Catholic-headed schools in Mansa. Speaking during the launch of Parker School held in the district, Chiliapa Ward Councillor Simon Mwansa, who spoke on behalf of Mansa Mayor Njiko Musuku, says government appreciates stakeholders' efforts in government's effort, especially in the education sector through information, communication, and technology. The development has chaired the learners Bahati Minor Seminary School. Davis Kunda says they do appreciate the initiative introduced at the school. Expectant mothers at Chiwozu Health Post says they are still depending on a single bed available at the health center, a situation they have described as unfortunate. Malambo Mahabula Chizbozu village vice headman says it is disappointing that people in the rural areas still being subjected to poor health services despite a change of government. He has stated that 3,000 to 4,000 villagers depend on the health post, hence putting the lives of expectant mothers at risk.
Women in Jiwozo village of Chief Monze area have continued delivering on the floor due to inadequate beds in the maternity wing, a saddening development that has raised concern from community members.
Waje ndijira nko gutira mupatira gampengede bo basebo.
Jaramba yindi kwa banka wakumyago ugu indi daily yo 5 fiba kunzoko sigiro no kunyina jenda
batumbuka banji kayonto waliwerere uti batumbuka kabaraga wadiga mwipo bakalira onomu barasharinga gusirirwa arimwa gutumbuka mona mugato.
The situation at this clinic is really bad, and efforts were made by community members to construct a new maternity wing to provide a conducive environment for expectant mothers, but works couldn't proceed due to financial challenges.
Yapona kumagana bugwahyo kagwa kulinganda imbi njotuyaga ya buti wakale ombi nesi ona yaro ngande yo ichiwi yakabikwa ko footing pona kwa mana kunyina rugwasho so no draw mberera mndara kuba ngurumende baturera kuzwa kugwa kurugwasho inganda tunyina mawadi tunyina akuti tukoye kuti ali kuberesha
kuromba kuti aituranganya sobo kuno kutegwa kuti amazira yeni kwa gama alimwa kusika uko kuno mbuli kuchipatara chesechi asikobo katuli mauti tuli mwati mujisi na turangulukire na twakalira kapoto.
Benzo Harubala, who is a community health worker at this facility, said out of 5 pregnant women, only 1 deliver on the available bed, a very saddening situation that even health workers themselves are at risk because they have to deliver someone while on the floor, which is not conducive for them as they are not able to do their works professionally.
Space mboto ya kuti vantu kavajana kakuti social distance vakabikira maroti kavanorara mpawo then a mother short utegwa abantu valindira vatode kusangani avatumbukire mukati mulimbo mwe kuti marwazi mazuva ano so limwe oyundu wavora tatuyujisika covid pana pamana alimwe ambi wanjira ababa basindira mubunjita bachisima mask so abana room mwiri honto kujanika kuti kubapenzi kabo bale kunga marwazi ona ibuka zitabwe kumana kuhambana.
Shikabe John reporting for MUVI TV News in Monze District, Southern Province.
Chongwe Member of Parliament and Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo has warned agricultural extension officers and cooperative leaders to detest from corrupt activities during the Farmer Input Support Program, FISP. Speaking in a speech read on her behalf by the District Commissioner, Dr. Evans Lupia, during the Chongwe District Agricultural and Commercial Show, Ms. Masebo highlighted that a total of 17,992 farmers benefited from the Farmer Input Support Program during the 2021-2022 farming season. More in this report.
Culture was the past. Agriculture is the present. Agriculture is the future. This is the power of agriculture. Social, economic benefits comes from agriculture. Any technology that should come up, any future plans that should come up, should take care of agriculture.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow farmers, the government of the Republic of Zambia, under His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, is committed towards supporting and enhancing the agriculture sector across the country. It is for this reason that the new Dawn government is implementing a new comprehensive agriculture support program commencing this farming season. This is an innovative program that is not only aimed at being more effective, but also provide for better targeting and equitable distribution among beneficiaries. This program will support the supply of equity inputs, attain diversification of crop and livestock, as well as increase production and productivity. It is a cornerstone of human existence. In the past few years, the sector has undergone many changes and advancement in various agricultural methods and technologies. It is for this reason that this year's shows is being commemorated under the theme Innovation Through Technology. Technology transforms business. This call for adaptation of new era of innovation and technology. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now address the traditional leadership present to encourage your subjects to embrace agriculture technologies in order to transform their lives economically and socially.
We are going to get manure, also chicken. Yes.
Okay, just to encourage you, because we have a lot of stands, just to encourage you. Now you have taught them how to grow these plants. So we need now the school to have these plants. These plants now, they have a lot of market. Lemons are on demand, caterpillars are on demand. You find trucks loaded with caterpillar going to Congo. So with your team, work together and make this a running project to make money for them to learn more.
Chakuwali akunde fukutotera wa organizing committee ba ino show pakupanga ino district show successful. Nikwa itule mitotera pa imirimo yo mwambere isuma. Twalire nukuikatane fine mkwaye. Therefore kumishibisha bashibulimi. Kuli last year waambiwa shulimi ya state deposit na 400 kwacha ku office kubuteko. Lelo tabapokera omufundo. Wonse bali abashapokera omufundo last season. Ino season mwalapoka mkwaye. Mkwate fe chetekereja kuti uno mwaka mwalapoka omufundo tamapokera last season mkwaye.
For now, let's take a set of commercials. We'll be back shortly.
The past 2 years have been a time of learning new ways of doing business in a new world, and many businesses are hungry to create new linkages. The Zambia International Trade Fair provides a platform for you to engage with the world, showcase your product, share ideas, learn from others, and get recognized for your innovation. It is also a place to get away and be entertained by various acts. And this year's Back from COVID affair has got bangers lined up. We are not taking this return lightly. The trade fair will be high energy, high performance, high engagement, and high trade. Come on, grab a stand. Let's get back to business and take back the years that COVID has taken.
How to send Airtel money to any Airtel money wallet across Africa. As you send money to any Airtel money wallet across Africa. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Stands to win 250,000 kwacha each race, plus 100,000 kwacha in our end-of-season draw. 4 to flag. Free to enter. No under 18. Regulated by the Lotteries Board.
A very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Kigali International Airport.
The world is finally meeting again. As the official carrier and anchor partner for the Commonwealth Business Forum, the Rwanda Air team looks forward to having you on board. Rwanda will be hosting one of the largest gatherings of governments and business leaders. During the pandemic, the airline industry was disrupted. At Rwandair, we have worked systematically with our business partners to rebuild our network by reconnecting people and businesses. As the official carrier for the Commonwealth Business Forum, we have increased our flight frequencies and introduced special discounts to cater for the demand that the forum is bringing to our country. Together, we will shape a common future for the Commonwealth. See you on board as we continue to connect Africa to the world.
Thank you for staying with us. We continue with the news. Paka School in Mansa district of Luapula province has introduced what is called information communication technology lessons at the two secondary headed schools in Mansa. Speaking during the launch of Paka School held in the district, Chiliapa Ward Councillor Simon Mwansa, who spoke on behalf of Mansa Mayor Njiko Musuku, says government appreciates stakeholders' efforts in complementing government's efforts, especially in the education sector through information communication technology. The development has cheered the learners Bahati Minor Seminary School. Davis Kunda says they do appreciate the initiative introduced at the school.
The digital world through information and communication technology lessons in schools. Paka School has introduced ICT lessons at Bahati Seminary and Holy Trinity School in Mansa District, meant to prepare learners to the digital world. The program that has been launched in Mansa, where Mansa Mayor, who was represented by Chiriapa Ward Councillor, says government understands the importance of ICT.
As a government, we understand that when ICT is integrated into lessons, pupils become more engaged in their work and develop skills that will help them even after they leave school. This is because technology provides different opportunities for everyone to compete in the digital world.
And learners from both Bahati Seminary and Holy Trinity Girls' School noted how the introduction of Paka School ICT lessons have helped them.
As the Bahati Minor Seminary, we started with making our very own websites. And the title that we used was My First Website. And for that, we used a tab which is called The Head.
So technically, we are being programmers as well. This is going to help us in our future success. For those of us who want to become business women, we can make websites for our own perspective, and we can there showcase our designers instead of employing other people to come and make websites for us.
And Bahati Seminary school aids teacher explains that ICT education is one way of preparing learners for the future.
We understand that ICT actually has brought about a lot of advantages in our education sector. Like it has provided the easiest way of learning and teaching. Okay. Then through IT also education, we have also seen that we are busy preparing the children for the future endeavors.
Meanwhile, Holy Trinity Headmistress narrates how Paka School ICT education has helped the girls at the school.
With the introduction of the Paka School ICT courses, Holy Trinity Girls Secondary School has seen an upgrade in the setup of the computer laboratory with regard to internet connectivity. At the moment, we have all the computers that we have, about 50 of them, connected, and they are all working quite well. This has brought a lot of excitement in the girls, and they really want to be in the lab at all times.
Ellen Chisha reporting for MUVI TV News in Mansa District.
Mwembeshi Member of Parliament Machila Jamba has challenged members of the Adventist Youth Movement who underwent an intensive skill training programs by the church to put their skills to good use and contribute to the economic development of our societies and the nation at large. Speaking when he graced the 60th Adventist Youth Investiture ceremony for Midlands West Zambia in Northern Zambia Union Conference, which was held at Levi Mwanawasa University recently. He advised the youths to use the skill acquired to come up with viable projects and apply for funding from government through the constituency development funds in their respective constituencies. Speaking earlier when he delivered a sermon, Midlands East Zambia Conference, Kabwe Central, Pastor Muyambango encouraged youth to work towards overcoming peer pressure for them to overcome peer pressure indeed and succeed in their life endeavors.
Our lives with sorrow, pleasing the unknown mishmash of an audience. If you can overcome the element of comparing and contrasting between you and others, you have overcome 90% of your problems.
So every one of you has got comparative advantage. No one is like me. I'm the only one of my kind. Go and look for anyone in your world. You'll never find a jumper like me. Okay. And I shall never imitate anybody because I'm who I am. And therefore, I want to encourage you, young people, be who you are. You are the only one of your kind. And leave a footprint. Can you use your honors so that this country can do what? Develop. There is a lot of money sitting around in the banks now. Go to your constituencies, make the applications. I want to motivate you that it is important, very important to do what you are supposed to do and move a stone mile up there.
Meanwhile, Seventh-day Adventist Church, Midlands West Zambia Conference, Lilanda Mission District Pastor Baton Monga has called on religious leaders to stay away from committing sinful behavior if they are to effectively influence their ministries.
A decision to stop sinning. That's the first decision you need to make. Because when you stop sinning, even your followers will stop sinning. Friends, you have started your journey. You have started your work. You have got this errand. You can make it like David. Don't try like Jehu. Make it to the end. And God will bless you. Make it to the end. With God is business. It's not what I'm doing today. It's how I'm doing it and how I end it. What matters with God is how I end it. I may run away from like Elijah, but how do I end it? I may fight fearless like Jehu, but how do I end it? I may be a coward today, but how do I end it? I may be violent today, but how do I end it? You may be invested today, but how do you end it? You may be praised today, but how do you end it? What matters is the end result in God's
In another news, former Siavonga District Commissioner Lavmo Kanyama has called on Siavonga Police Command to hunt for the killers of Margaret Kanyemba, commonly known as Bamagi of Siavonga. The former district commissioner explains that the lawlessness being exhibited in Siavonga should come to an end, as this practice will scare investors. Mr. Kanyama further says that police in Siavonga must hunt for the criminals who shot dead Miss Kanyemba on Saturday night, stating that such shooting cases are not common in Siavonga, hence the need for the police to intensify day and night patrols in hunting for the criminals. The former district commissioner says he is disturbed with the growing lawlessness in the second tourist town and has called on the residents of Siavonga to help police in identifying strange and worried faces in the compounds of Siavonga. For now, we take another set of commercials. We'll be back.
Place a bet, search on the web, or get the app. OneXBet Bookmaker Company.
How to send and receive money to and from other networks. Step 1. Get some fresh air. Step 2. Say hello to a friend and save his time. Step 3. Bail a bro by sending him money directly on his phone. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
The past 2 years have been a time of learning new ways of doing business in a new world, and many businesses are hungry to create new linkages. The Zambia International Trade Fair provides a platform for you to engage with the world, showcase your product, share ideas, learn from others, and get recognized for your innovation. It is also a place to get away and be entertained by various acts. And this year's Back from COVID affair has got bangers lined up. We are not taking this return lightly. The trade fair will be high energy, high performance, high engagement, and high trade. Come on, grab a stand. Let's get back to business and take back the years that COVID has taken.
Grandpa, will you please tell me a story?
This is the source of all good stories.
Ah, Grandpa, but that's only today's Daily Mail.
This newspaper has all the stories you need to know. Did you know that Zambia got its independence in 1964? And guess what? This newspaper covered the story. It was called the Central African Mail then.
It also covered the story of Chiluba, re-ushering Zambia's multi-party democratic system.
Sometimes this paper brought us sad stories.
Other times, it brought us great news.
But this paper goes beyond facts. I got my first job by looking at the job advert section of the newspaper.
Wow! This paper really has everything.
Yes, it does, my grandchild. And this is the story of Zambia.
Zambia Daily Mail, without fear or favor.
Ladies and gentlemen, to Kigali International Airport.
The world is finally meeting again. As the official carrier and anchor partner for the Commonwealth Business Forum, the Rwanda Air team looks forward to having you on board. Rwanda will be hosting one of the largest gatherings of governments and business leaders. During the pandemic, the airline industry was disrupted. At Rwanda Air, we have worked systematically with our business partners to rebuild our network by reconnecting people and businesses. As the official carrier for the Commonwealth Business Forum, we have increased our flight frequencies and introduced special discounts to cater for the demand that the forum is bringing to our country. Together, we will shape a common future for the Commonwealth. See you on board as we continue to connect Africa to the world.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. Center for Environment Justice, ECJ, has commended Cabinet for approving in principle the introduction of a bill in Parliament to amend the Forest Act No. 4 of 2015. CEJ Head of Research Freeman Mubanga says it is important to note that the bill will provide the stiffer penalties, strengthen enforcement mechanism, and establish procedures for the gazetting, excision, and bring the law in line with the new and emerging issues such as forest carbon stock management. He says President Hakainde Hichilema called for the 12th Cabinet meeting in the year 2022 on 13th June to discuss policy and legislative issues aimed at facilitating the government development of the country, at which Cabinet was of the view that the current Forest Act of 2015 is weak regarding penalties against offenders. Mr. Mubanga agreed with Cabinet's view that the weak law had continued to pose enforcement challenges and perpetuated illegal activities in the forest, with an observation increased in repeat offenders. He echoed government's position that it is time to protect forest natural resources, especially for selected high-value endangered tree species such as mukula, rosewood, teak, and mukwa, so that the citizens benefit from such through value adding going forward. Katombola Member of Parliament Clement Andeleki says the church is a key partner in national development, hence the current administration will work closely with it. Speaking in Kazungula during the official opening of Bread of Life Kazungula branch, Mr. Andeleki stated that government has from time to time called upon the church to offer guidance with regards to moral values of the country. The lawmaker notes the need for church leaders to continue providing counsel to government and also citizens at large in of the fact that Zambia is a Christian nation whose values and principles should not be thrown away. Mr. Andeleki advises citizens to continue living and love one another as brothers and sisters, either in good or bad times, as per biblical or teachings.
Open in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The church has in the past been known for offering moral guidance, spiritual help, and physical support to the masses. The Bread of Life International Church has commissioned the church building in Kazungula district. Bread of Life International General Overseer Bishop Joy Imakando has commissioned the church building. Katombola Member of Parliament Clement Andeleki has challenged the church to continue restoring the moral values.
Asking the church to help us restore befitting morals on our children so that they may know the Lord and conduct themselves in a manner befitting of a child of God. I want also to request the church to continue partnering with the government. There will be no government that can save without the church. I remember, General Overseer, your role leading to where we are today, arbitrariness of human rule. I remember the role the Bread of Life played us being in this church, following very keenly my teacher, the General Overseer. Parents, help us to take back those children who are in the street, out of the street, to their rightful places. Help us as a church to end child marriages. Child marriages are a cancer. Child marriages are an enemy to humanity, because our children are getting married at the age of 14, at the age of 18. This must not continue in Kazungula. To be a living testimony witnessing this center, which I can call the Blessing Center of Kazungula.
Bread of Life Elder, Kazungula branch, says the church will continue influencing positive change to the community.
Since inception in 2011, the vision of the church has been and remains clear, that is bringing tens of thousands into the kingdom. Also, it has been, to influence positive change into our community. And we are so gracious to God that He has been with us and brought us this far. Amen. Not only do we preach salvation, but we've also been a pillar in championing the well-being of the community. I'm happy to bring to your attention that among its many others, the church has built a house for the 70-year-old man. These are just examples of so many.
The church has since been called upon to continue preaching on the importance of education to supplement government's effort on free education policy. Michelle Mambo, MUVI TV News, Kazungula District.
In another news, the United Church of Zambia Western Presbytery Bishop Sipalo Muvita says the church will continue rendering both physical and emotional help to the needy in the society as it is obligated to. Speaking during the endorsement ceremony of Reverend Harrison Piri to Kazungula United Church of Zambia branch, Bishop Muvita says prayers submitted with openness and integrity is required to be a good servanthood. The bishop has since called on the church members to embrace the new reverend in order to make his stay comfortable and enable him to perform properly.
Accepted our brother to serve as your licensed professional minister in this congregation. Know that you need your support and encouragement. Therefore, I urge you that together you shall worship the living and loving God. Together you shall study His word, and together you shall prepare yourselves to serve Jesus Christ in this area and in the world. Together you shall bring up the old and the young to spiritual maturity. Together you shall help the needy in society.
To preach to the church, the community, and the people gathered here today, that together we can address social, economic challenges affecting the people around this area and beyond. Because I have realized that what affects the community affects the church. For what is found in because the church is also found in the community. And the members of the church are part of the community. So we need concerted efforts in addressing issues that are affecting the society today.
Mungwi District Commissioner Albert Mumamusonda says farmers need to understand the concept of modern farming and use of technology so that they can be more efficient and make more profit in their farming businesses. The DC stated that the New Dawn government, under the leadership of His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema, is committed towards supporting the agricultural sector across the country through a comprehensive agricultural support program commencing this coming farming season. This is an innovative program not only aimed at being more effective, but that will also provide for better targeting and equitable distribution of farming inputs among beneficiaries, and will also support the supply of quality imports, attain diversification of crops and livestock, as well as increase production and productivity. Officially opening the 2022 Mungwi District Agricultural and Commercial Show held in Seluka, the District Commissioner urged traditional leaders in Mungwi District to encourage their subjects to embrace agricultural technology in order to transform their lives economically and also socially. Mungwi District Commissioner and Agricultural Coordinator Gaston Piri urged farmers to look at increasing their production through various technological support government was providing in the district. Mr. Piri informed farmers that government has made it clear that farmers who did not receive their farming inputs last farming season will certainly get their inputs this coming season. The district show was held after 2 years of COVID-19 restrictions under the theme Innovation Through Technology, with a sub-theme Technology Transforms Businesses.
Agriculture was the past. Agriculture is the present. Agriculture is the future. This is the power of agriculture. Social, economic benefits comes from agriculture. Any technology that should come up, any future plans that should...
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow farmers, the government of the Republic of Zambia, under His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, is committed towards supporting and enhancing the agriculture sector across the country. It is for this reason that the New Dawn government is implementing a new comprehensive agriculture support program commencing this farming season. This is an innovative program that is not only aimed at being more effective, but also provide for better targeting and equitable distribution to beneficiaries. This program will support the supply of equity inputs, attain diversification of crop and livestock, as well as increased production and productivity. It is a cornerstone of human existence. In the past few years, the sector has undergone many changes and advancement in various agricultural methods and technologies. It is for this reason that this year's shows is being commemorated under the theme Innovation Through Technology Transforms Business. This call for adaptation of new era of innovation and technology. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now address the traditional leadership present to encourage your subjects to embrace agriculture technologies in order to transform their lives economically and socially.
We are going to get manure, also chicken. Yes.
Okay, just to encourage you, because we have a lot of time, just to encourage you. Now you have taught them how to grow these plants. So we need now the school to have these plants. These plants now, they have a lot of market. Phones are on demand. Caterpillars are on demand. You find trucks loaded with caterpillar going to Congo. So with your team, work together and make this a running project to make money for them to learn more.
Chakualia kundefu kutotera wa organizing committee wa ino show pakupanga ino district show successful ni kwa itule mitotera pa imirimo yo mwambere isuma twalire nuko ikatane fine mkwaye ndefo kumishibisha bashibulimi kuli last year wambi bashibulimi aba deposit no 400 kwacha ku office kubuteko lelo tabapokera omufundo bonse bali abashapokera omufundo last season ino season mwalapoka mkwaye mukwate fe chetekereja kuti uno mwaka mwalapoka omufundo tamapokera last season mkwaye.
Take our third set of commercials. Please stay tuned.
How to send Airtel money to any Airtel Money wallet across Africa. As you send money to any Airtel Money wallet across Africa. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Hello my people, lelo kuwina pa new deal game show ni dividi kipiki ngama numbers yangati ya bidi kubwela kuwina ndrama up to 2,000 kwata imwe ni lelo osati day inangu so ngati mufuna kuwinako dialingani star 265 star 13 275 star 5 hash sending ngati muna 6 kwata or more dialingani star 265 star 13 275 star 3 hash sending ngati muna 4 kwata or more mu mobile money account yanu olo dialingani star 265 star 13 275 star 2 hash sendi ngati mulina 3 kwata or more imwe lelo ni dividi madiongo tupesa chabe ma 50 ma 70 ma 100 ma 50 ma 70 ma 100 join the winning team imwe enter the more you enter lelo madrozi ni angati ya bidi up to 2,000 kwata so ikugwira lelo enter the more you enter the more chances you have of winning makwata enter.
A very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Kigali International Airport.
The world is finally meeting again. As the official carrier and anchor partner for the Commonwealth Business Forum, the Rwanda Air team looks forward to having you on board. Rwanda will be hosting one of the largest gatherings of governments and business leaders. During the pandemic, the airline industry was disrupted. At Rwanda Air, we have worked systematically with our business partners to rebuild our network by reconnecting people and businesses. As the official carrier for the Commonwealth Business Forum, we have increased our flight frequencies and introduced special discounts to cater for the demand that the forum is bringing to our country. Together, we will shape a common future for the Commonwealth. See you on board as we continue to connect Africa to the world.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. The Minister of Labour and Social Security Services, Brenda Tambatamba, has warned all investors in the country who are in the habit of mistreating their workers with punitive actions. Speaking in an interview, Ms. Tambatamba explained that investors with a track record of exploiting workers are not worthy to be invited to any destination of the country. She says an employer of choice is one who ensures that workers who are human resource are part of the #1 capital to protect and motivate for higher production, which brings in more profit, and as such, those who break the laws will not be entertained.
Must adhere to, must be supervised by. When you break a labor law, you are found wanting. And if you are found wanting, the judicial system, law enforcement, and all other instruments that have been put in place should be able to take it up and award you with the kind of reward that is expected of a lawbreaker. Any responsible employer, as we have said, a responsible employer should understand that their human resource is but human capital. And it is also bringing, or it does bring stock, not just a stake, but stock. Because where there's no human resource, there's no producer who will produce. There's no employer that will be able to achieve the profits that they expect to achieve. So an employer of choice is one who ensures that the human resource is the first and #1.
Mpika Central Member of Parliament Francis Kapyanga has called on government to look into the plight of 3,000 Tanzania-Zambia Railway Authority Tazara workers in Muchinga province who have now gone for 4 months without pay. Mr. Kapyanga says Tazara cannot go on depending on grants for its operations and payments to its employees hence further calling for the two governments to expedite the process of recapitalization of Tazara. He wonders as to what is happening to the 2019 Council of Ministers agreement made by the Tanzania and Zambia for the country to integrate employees on the government payroll to mitigate the financial pressure the institution currently is facing. And Tazara head of public relations, Conrad Simuchide, says employees in Zambia are facing financial difficulties due to delayed salaries attributed to the Chambeshi railway bridge, which has also closed since November last year, hence affecting traffic between Kapiri Mposhi and Dar es Salaam. On that note, we end the news at prime time, but before we go, let's take a look at headlines. 22-year-old Gift Piri of Mumbwa district still nursing gunshot wounds. Expectant mothers at Chiwozu Health Post laments as they share a single bed. Livingstone civic leader optimistic the new market being built will be done soon. Minister of Health wants to deal with corrupt individuals. Siavonga former DC Lavmo Kanyama calls for the immediate arrest of Margaret Kanyemba's killers. Thank you so much for watching, and on behalf of the entire production crew, it has been Goodson Banda. Continue watching.
Place a bet, search on the web, or get the app. OneXBet Bookmaker Company.
Hello my people, lelo kuwina pa new deal game show ni dividi. Kipiki ngama numbers ya ngati ya bidi. Kubwela kuwina drama up to 2,000 kwata imwe ni lelo. Osati day inangu So ngati mufuna kuwina ko, jailingani star 265 star 13 275 star 5 hash sending ngati muna 6 kwata or more. Jailingani star 265 star 13 275 star 3 hash sending ngati muna 4 kwata or more mu mobile money account yanu. Olo jailingani star 265 star 13 275 star 2 hash sendi ngati muli na 3 kwata or more imwe. Lelo ni